Hey everyone, Brendan Snyder here. How are you? Thanks so much for joining me. So we are on our way to a record store. Yes, I'm in my car. It's a Memorial Day weekend here in the US where it's a holiday, meaning I've got extra days off this weekend. So of course, what better to do than to head out to a record store? You guys know that's my happy place. I love hitting it up. And we're gonna be going down to Princeton, New Jersey, Princeton Record Exchange. Most of you guys know that place. It's a really cool one. I get a lot of comments all the time when you guys see me do one of these things. And it's just one of those places that has a little bit of everything in it. It's got the, cheap and expensive stuff all the way up to collector's pricing type things. So a wide gauntlet of things to choose from, no matter what your pay scale is, what you're willing to spend within that. But me, I'm always looking for that rare find, and I usually come across a few things like that when I'm there. It's been a few months since I was last at Princeton Records, so I'm kind of hoping that the turnover has been sufficient enough that I'm going to really find some good stuff. Because it's Memorial Day weekend, I'm thinking maybe it won't be too crowded there. Maybe most of the college kids are going to be already off traveling, visiting, going and doing some fun stuff like that. But for me, the fun stuff is hitting up the record store, and of course that's what we're doing here today. So come along with me. Let's get to Princeton Records. Let's see what we can find today. And of course, as always, let's have a blast. There's nothing like good driving music, man. I got some ZZ Top on, Recycler from 1990. I love this album. It is so, so good. Well, it's nothing worse than traffic on the way to a record store. It's not too bad, but the stop and start drives me nuts. There's so much anticipation for getting to the record store that having traffic stop and start and just go so slow moving in and between it all, really kind of kills the mood of trying to get to the record store, because all we want to do is dig through records, right? Well, we'll get there soon enough, but it's going to take a little bit more time. All right, guys, so we made it. We are outside Princeton Record Exchange. A little bit of traffic, but not too bad. Had some good music along the way. Got me excited for coming here and finding records and CDs and whatever else we can do. As always, it usually turns out to be a great experience, so come along with me and let's go to the record store. Avery, pump rock at its best. This is one of the bands that I'm going to be talking about with Pete Pardo on Sea of Tranquility, discussing whether or not this is prog, pomp, or what it really is. Here's an interesting one, Foghat, Return of the Boogeyman. This one here was a comeback album in the very early 90s. Really liked the first track, Jump That Train. They do a bit of a blues breakdown in the middle on this album, but it's kind of nice. It's like when bands would do those acoustic sets and stuff, but they were doing a blues set.
Well, sometimes they'll say VG, and it's like, I can't.
Here's an interesting one. Mark Lanigan's solo album, Imitations. Anthony Coviello over at Sound Exchange is always talking about this guy here from the Screaming Trees. Right on this album here, Planet P Project, Pink World. This one features Tony Carey on keyboards, coming from Rainbow, but doing some very different stuff here.
Yeah, I saw.
Nice score on this one, the Rockets. Rockets and No Ballads. I've got a record of this one, but do not have a CD copy of it, so very glad to be getting this one for my collection. Here's a really interesting one, the Stalk Forced Group. This is actually early Blue Oyster Cult, released by Rhino Records after the fact, but if you wanted to ever hear what they sounded like before being Blue Oyster Cult, check this release out, St. Cecilia, the Electra Recordings. All right, here's a Saga album, Human Condition. It's the only one to not feature original vocalist Michael Sadler, but it does feature a new vocalist in here. We've got Rob Moriarty joining in, and I thought they did a fantastic job on this album. Well, here's a cool one too. Early pressing for the White Lion album, Fight to Survive, on Grand Slam Records. This was always a very hard one to come by. I had to pick up a Japanese copy, but here you go. Here's a good one for only $5.99.
I had $100 Stones.
Always nice to find good deals like this. Aerosmith Rocks, a whole $3.99. Very good deal on this one. And other great deals like this one, the Black Crowes, Shake Your Moneymaker, a classic, a whole $1.99. It's one of the reasons I love going here. All right, this Fleetwood Mac album is pretty underrated. Behind the Mask still has Stevie Nicks in the lineup, but Lindsey Buckingham out. Christian McVie is there. I think it was a fantastic album, even though it seemed to really kind of run under the radar. Very first Queen album, Innuendo, at least is the one that I bought, but I did have the Game on record from an older brother. Here's a great Billy Squier album, Creatures of Habit. Always really liked this album. Had 3 or 4 songs that hit the radio, but it just did not pick up and sell. All right, guys, so we're done. I finished up at the record store. I am back in the car. This is the hardest part. Driving home now, having to wait to listen to all my music and dive into it. That's all I really want to do, but I've got an hour-long drive, so that's what I'm going to be doing. But then when I get home, man, I've got all this killer music to enjoy. I'm so excited about it. Found all kinds of different things in there. A lot of cool metal stuff today. I'll be doing a separate video for scores from the record store. So after you're seeing this here, there will be another posting that will show all the cool loot that I went through. So make sure to tune in for that as well. Until next time, take care, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.